Hello!
Hi, we just saw
the-
a very incredible sequel.
The Incredibles 2, yay.
It is
bad
a
jokes.
very, yes, it is very incredible if you...
It was a very bad joke. 14 years in the making!
And
Was
yet
it worth it?
Yes!
So basically it starts off right where the first one ended with the Underminer attacking the
Oh,
city.
man.
With his giant drill car, because that's in everything.
Yeah, also, since The Incredibles are like, not so subtly parody of the Fantastic Four, the villain that they face off at the very end of the last movie and the beginning of this one is Mole Man.
I said the Underminer.
Yeah, I know, but Mole Man.
Yeah. But he basically just robs a bank by blowing up the ground and submerging it and getting away with a lot of money because they have to stop his drill car with Frozone, who sounds like a store that makes ice cream.
Yeah.
Would you like some Frozone?
Or like a mint gum brand.
Try some Frozone!
Yeah, it's so 90s sounding too, even though it's a 60s period piece because Silver Age.
But it ends up getting them arrested because apparently superheroes are illegal. I don't even remember if they covered that in the first one.
They did in sort of the opening montage stuff. But also because Watchmen.
Yeah, but that also is a big...
Who watches The Incredibles? A lot of people apparently because it did well.
Yeah. But the whole superheroes is illegal is the main focus of the movie.
Again, Watchmen.
Like them trying to make superheroes legal again.
Watchmen.
Stop. Enough. That's enough.
Beans. Nice bean juice.
But the freaking... It's hilarious. The opening shot is freaking Agent K mind wiping a guy.
Yeah, oh yeah,
It's basically doing this,
yeah.
but with a box that shoots a laser into your brain and a suction cup, which isn't talked about until after the opening fight sequence.
Yeah, because we haven't playfully ripped off enough other franchises yet. Now we're ripping off Men in Black.
It fits with the ripping off Bond for the music style.
Yeah.
Because as in the first one, the music is a blend of superheroes and James Bond, kind of spy thriller-esque.
I mean, one might argue that they did the whole Men in Black in the 60s better than Men in Black 3 did, but that was a guilty pleasure for me. I know it's stupid, but...
I didn't hate it.
Men in Black 3?
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I didn't either. It wasn't great, but anyway, let's get back to this movie.
The time traveling,
We're
just
doing a double review.
just him jumping off the tower to time travel was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But they get out of jail, and the whole story is some guy at this company named Dover Tech. And I think his name is Winston or something.
Yeah.
But he wants to make superheroes legal again, so he wants to use Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, and Frozone.
That's gonna disappear.
Oh, god dang it.
That's not gonna help.
Oh well. It's on a black background. Oh well. Screw off.
No,
Let's just continue.
No, but there'll be a hole in your shirt.
It'll be funny. I got shot. I don't know. God damn it. Whatever. I'm wearing a blanket. Good night. We just finished the review without me.
Anyway, so yeah, the cold opening and the happened, and then, but because in trying to catch Mole Man, I'm just gonna call him Mole Man because Simpsons, and because Linkara, and because, anyway, they made a bit of a mess in town. Even though nobody was hurt or anything, they still, a lot of property damage, I mean a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, now this Winston guy wants to, change the perception because he says, all the news is seeing is the destruction and not why that destruction was taking place and why it's not as bad as it could have been if the superheroes hadn't intervened.
Yeah.
So, he has the idea to insert cameras into their super suits. So
Not
that
idea,
the public
he just does it.
What?
He just does it. Doesn't give them permission, doesn't ask for them. Oh, he just does it.
He tells them that's the plan, and
No.
it's their choice whether they wanted to go with his plan or not.
And nobody questions it. She just goes, "Oh, look at the picture on this thing. It's so small."
Well, keep in mind, this was before the internet, when people started to actually realize, oh, wait a minute, what are people doing with this information?
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. I constantly forget that it's a '60s
Yeah,
piece.
yeah.
It's just it feels just like a tale about superheroes, really,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
appropriately a very modern message they're trying to get across.
but one that suited the 60s, too, and
Yeah.
if you think about it.
Because I forget when the Women's Revolution. What decade was that? I don't know.
I don't know, but the 60s were a conflicted time when it came to things like that.
Yeah. So then, Elastigirl has to be the main superhero for a while, fighting the Screen Slaver, because that's a very creative name.
Wait a minute. Screensavers weren't invented until, like, the 80s or 90s when, with computers. That's a bit of a...
He's just used a Screen Slaver.
I know, but it's a pun that wouldn't have worked in the time period because there wasn't such a thing as a screensaver as far as I know.
But there were screens everywhere.
I know. It works as a pun to us because we know what a screensaver is.
But to them, it's just a screen is a screen.
Again, it's not a big continuity hiccup, but yeah, that's true. It's like...
Because I believe it was only a black and white TV at that point, I think.
No, there were color because there was like some of the cartoons were in color.
Right.
It's called Technicolor. It's remember the original Spider-Man cartoon? The intro opened up like in full Technicolor.
Right. But he's messing up with everyone. He's able to hypnotize. I say he.
Yeah.
In massive quotes because it won't give away the reveal. It's obvious. It gets obvious cause if you realize where they're going with it.
I've seen a lot of tropes. I could pick it up right from the very beginning, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. At the same time, Mr. Incredible is at home trying to be a dad and failing. Very much failing.
Well, again, a trope, a common trope.
Yeah.
the sitcom dad trying to deal with the kids kind
who
of
have superpowers, including Jack, who starts showing his many superpowers.
Jack is basically baby Superman.
he's got multiplication, ability to set on fire, teleportation, laser beam eyes, and the ability to go rage mode, basically.
And go through walls.
Yeah, you can phase through things and teleport to some other dimension.
And he can turn giant.
And, yeah, those giant man.
Basically, every superpower you could ever think of, Jack has it.
Yeah.
All he has telekinesis.
Oh, yeah.
He can levitate.
Yeah.
He has every single superpower ever invented. All of them.
I guess it's kind of what happens when you're... I don't know how to explain it other than...
It was a plot device.
This is a plot device, but also somehow related to genetics. That thing could that thing could happen.
I'm the best at what I do. I am Magneto, master of magnet. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, but as she's fighting crime, getting everyone the proper recognition, and like everyone loves her. And then we come to the big spoiler, where the
character we didn't mention yet, that Winston guy has
Winston's
a sister who is like always,
who's the inventor, who's a loner.
doing all the behind the scenes stuff, talking about dropping little hints here and there that are like having a little conversation with Elastigirl about sure, all the advertising is important and stuff, but what really matters is the stuff that happens behind the scenes, and you know, like
laying it on really thick.
yeah.
So just basically the equivalent of putting she is the screenslaver, the giant picture right on the screen. Oh, and we get a cameo by Edna.
Yes.
Who takes Jack and makes him a suit to control his powers.
Yeah.
And a device to help.
Which is basically an iPad.
Yeah. I forget, was Mr. Incredible's name Frank or something?
No, I don't think it was Frank. She called him Robert, but
Yeah,
he had another more common name. Was it Bob?
Well, Bob is a nickname for Robert.
It was Bob then. His name was Bob. Yeah. Anyway.
But then it turns out the sister is the screenslaver after Elastigirl beats up a pizza delivery guy who was hypnotized into being the screenslaver.
Yeah.
So then the sister abducts her and brainwashes her, or hypnotizes her, whatever you want to call it, to help her make sure superheroes are illegal forever.
You know, at first I thought that her plan was just to kill them all, but, you know, it's a kids' movie.
Yeah. You can't unalive anyone in a kids' movie.
In the first one, the villain got unalived.
Oh yeah,
Jet engine.
through the jet. Yeah, I watched.
No capes.
I watched Cinema
No
Win's
capes.
video on
No
that.
capes.
No capes. But it was fun. It was weird seeing Edna go from "I don't watch kids" to "I want to watch your kid."
Well, that's because it was a kid that had every superpower ever created, and she's a total nerd.
Yeah, and plus apparently he loves Mozart.
Well, that's kind of a stereotype of all babies, but that's why they, you know, those little, you know, mini movies from the previous decade, like Baby Mozart and all that.
Yeah.
And it's basically like a stereotype for babies. It is baby blackface, is what it is.
Well, wasn't it? Yeah.
Mozart is for babies. What basically. Reese's Pieces are for aliens.
Say what?
E.T. Never mind.
But I thought it started as like a way to help babies go to not go to sleep, but it was something
to build their intelligence.
Oh yeah, build their intelligence. That you play Mozart or some other.
I think it's a myth, but who knows?
It exists. People, whatever. But then eventually she's able to control all the other superheroes that Winston had brought to them, had called from overseas, so she hypnotizes them to go abduct the kids who escape. I don't know what's going on.
Where did I put them?
But also there was a scene where Bob finds out that his old car, the Incredimobile, is apparently not destroyed. Oh, yes.
Why they were here, I don't know.
Ah, yes. Basically these, but imagine them in blue.
These are blurry as hell. They need to be cleaned big time.
But it was just blue, just a blue light that hypnotized them. But there's I was talking, the Incredimobile was apparently not only not destroyed, but also an incredibly rich jerk owned it.
Yeah.
So there was that scene of him snapping at his car, basically. And him
he has a remote control for it still.
Well, of course he'd keep it. Nostalgia.
Uh-huh. And of course the remote control still works.
Well, the car was never destroyed. It just, I guess, traveled along the microwaves? I don't know. Hell,
Movie.
It's not worth explaining. Silver Age.
Yeah, exactly.
Jokermobile! But, I'm trying to... They end up, the kids escaping in the plot device mobile. I don't know why I called it that.
Yeah,
And then they save their parents, who are on a giant yacht with all the world, people from every country to sign a bill to say superheroes are legal again.
So basically, the opposite of the Sokovia Accords, or the
The Honda Accords.
or the Superhero Registration Act from the comic.
Yeah. But then they end up saving them, and they have to save the ship from crashing into the city. Which I pointed out the name because it looked weird, but now I can't remember.
Yeah.
Something like Metroburg, not.
Yeah, something like that.
But then they take her to jail, and they
Metropaburg or something.
yeah, something like that. It's a really weird combination of
Yeah.
words. Some kind of play on words that doesn't really work.
Yeah.
But there's a whole thread where Violet had a crush on the boy who in the previous one saw her remove her mask, so which was why he had his mind erased by Agent K, and Agent K ended up getting fired, or they shut the program down.
Yeah.
Basically, you're fired. We're shutting it down.
Yeah.
So there's a really awkward setup where apparently he completely forgot about her, so she gets really mad. She doesn't realize what happened.
Yeah.
And then they go to the restaurant where he works, and spill
more awkwardness.
Yes, awkward teenage. I love Dash's eyes. He's like,
nose spit take.
oh yeah, no. Spit water out my nose. But one of the funniest lines Dash had was he was eating waffles, and he's like, "Is she having adolescence?" It's like, yes, she is. You can interpret that however you want to. But then the day ends where she reintroduced herself to the boy, and they go to a movie, but they have to stop a car chase instead.
Yeah.
And she just throws money at him. She's like, "Go get a seat. I'll be back before the previews." And the end.
Yeah.
But it was literally just bam, right at the end.
Yeah, but the way that it was structured like that, I was like, oh, it's the end. I want to see more.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those if they make a sequel, like a third one, it's one of those ones where you could just sit down and marathon the whole trilogy and just
Yeah. Because the Underminer escaped.
Yeah.
Nobody caught him, so they still have to go after him. Because he stole a lot of money.
Yeah, but he was still a minor villain, so he wouldn't really be the. I didn't even notice I did that, but yeah, he's not someone who would be the main antagonist of a movie.
No.
He's just sort of like.
They just need him as cannon fodder in this one and cannon fodder in another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ended basically with a cool 2D animation, just punching.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. I'm trying to think of.
It was incredible.
I didn't want to use that because it's so cliche. But it was definitely, as we said earlier, worth the 14-year wait, even if Pixar just never wants to do sequels.
Except for Cars for some stupid reason.
There's quite a bit of action in it, quite a bit of laughs, kind of stuff you can relate to, like awkward, like family arguments. Like, it was a regular family, but in that kind of superhero scenario.
A superhero sitcom.
Yeah. And that's not a bad thing. A superhero sitcom can be really enjoyable.
Yeah.
As long as you don't go full Silver Age cheesiness. Like it was the Silver Age is the 60s, but there was still this freaking ridiculous technology.
Well, the Silver Age had ridiculous technology in it. It was just sort of trying to predict technology that would be in the future. Some of it came true, like the iPad, for example, and some of it not so much. If you watch shows and stuff from the 60s, especially sci-fi or like superhero stuff, they have cheesy gadgets like that.
I can't think of anything else.
Me neither, but you need to watch Wreck-It Ralph. You do. You need to watch it.
Next up, we'll probably...
Internet, go to his channel. Tell him to watch the first Wreck-It Ralph so we can see the sequel.
Don't worry, nobody's going to. Nobody cares about me.
I don't know.
On that depressing note,
I've been Ace. Keep one up your sleeve.
I'm that weird collector. Next time will probably be Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, I think it was called.
Because you see, that's the essence of chaos theory right there. And well, there it is.
Bye.